I really grew as a person.
It was one of the best decisions I've ever made, period.
It opened my eyes.
It was the most fun I ever had.
This is Study Abroad.
If I were to choose like a place like London, it's kind of similar to the United States in the way that they still speak English and things like that. So I wanted to go to a place that I knew was going to be beautiful and was going to be very different. So I had little knowledge of Spanish coming here. So I wanted to go just to like immerse myself in a completely different culture. And through doing that, I feel like I'm going to be able to take that back to the United States and be comfortable with being completely uncomfortable and then learning to adapt to that. Because I feel like that's what life is. Like, you're always thrown different obstacles, different hurdles. And if you're not comfortable with, being uncomfortable, then it'll be hard for you to transition.
I'm a professional surfer from the Outer Banks, so coming to Spain was a good choice of mine because I knew that I'd be able to surf a lot here as well as go a lot of other places super close to here with good ease.
So for me, I wanted to go somewhere where I would not be speaking English, but I wanted to also be able to communicate there. And Spanish is the only other language that I've taken. I think speaking another language is a valuable part of study abroad. It sort of helps you realize you're in an entirely different world and you're in an entirely different culture. So Spanish speaking areas were really my only option. And then when I looked at it, Barcelona seemed the most lively and interesting culturally to me.
For me, I knew I wanted to study abroad in Spain because I wanted to practice my Spanish, and I also wanted to be able to travel easily through Europe, and the Spanish culture I just have really loved, and I love Spanish music and everything. And then Barcelona, it just seemed so beautiful. I couldn't resist. I liked having the Catalan culture along with the Spanish culture. I also liked it gave me a little peace of mind that this was a program where I could take some of my classes in English. I wanted to challenge myself and take classes in Spanish, but I didn't want to overwhelm myself by taking too many classes in Spanish. So I liked that this program gave me, the option to do both.
I really chose Barcelona because the weather's gorgeous, the people here are spectacular, and I knew I always wanted to learn a different language. So I just chose here, and I definitely don't regret it at all. It's one of my best decisions I made.
I've always wanted to travel to Spain, and I always wanted to travel in Europe, but I've never had that opportunity until now. And I think when it came down to it, I chose either Barcelona or Cuba, and it was Barcelona all the way, just because I knew it was going to be beautiful here. I knew I didn't know that people that were going to be so much nicer, but I'm glad that turned out that way. But yeah.
I chose Barcelona because when I was 15 years old, my mom took me to Spain for a month while she was teaching abroad students here. And I loved the country, picked up a fair amount of the language, and pretty much from the moment I got back to the States, wanted to come back to Spain. I studied mostly in the south the first time I was here, in Andalusia, but I've heard Barcelona was both a great beach town, party town, had a lot of great universities, and beautiful mountains nearby. So all of the above made it seem like a fantastic destination to spend a semester. Don't be afraid to branch out, and I promise you'll have a great time. So come to Barcelona.